Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called How Do I Protect My Family from All the Violence Going On Out There? Today we're going to answer some viewer questions. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on the show, as well as tell you to check out a website called HollywoodIsCalling.com. It allows you to purchase live phone calls with more than 100 celebrities. So check it out, and I think you'll enjoy it, purchasing a gift call for yourself or a gift call for someone you know. Maybe it's a special occasion, maybe it's a holiday gift, or maybe you just want to lift somebody's spirits. Whatever the occasion, give it a try. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Jeff writes, I live in a city where the random shootings and the violence is getting worse and worse. What can I do to protect my family? If possible, figure a way to move out of the city. I think it's better to be poor and live on a farm in the country than it is to live in the most violent part of the city you're living in. Um, you know, one day, heaven forbid, one of your children may get shot or you may get shot for absolutely no reason at all. That's what's happening in some major cities now. Um, if moving out of the city is not an option, then I would try to set up a micro neighborhood watch. That's where you get together with the neighbors that live directly to the right of you, the neighbors that live directly to the left of you, in front of your house and behind your house. And you say the following. You say, this neighborhood is getting worse. It's getting more and more dangerous. How would you guys like to exchange phone numbers and make a point of watching each other's homes and backyards and kids, and just look out for each other? And if anything happens, at least we have each other's contact numbers and we can call each other. Even a little bit of neighborhood watching is better than no neighborhood watching at all. The other thing you can do is to round up all the people living on your street and go down to the local police station and talk to the police captain and say the following. Say, look, our street is getting more and more violent, and we want you to agree to send more police cars and patrolmen into our neighborhood on a regular basis. Will you agree to that? And how often will you do it? And how many police officers will you send? Next, we have a question from Danya. Danya writes, we live in a bad neighborhood and our mail service is terrible. Sometimes the mail gets delivered to the wrong address and sometimes it just disappears. The first thing you should do is go down to your local post office and speak to the manager and ask them to fix the problem. Give them a little time to fix the issue. If the problem persists, then you can send a letter to the manager of your post office and also to the Postal Inspector General for your region and tell them that you will now be posting videos on social media and sending press releases to the media to let everybody know that that your post office appears incapable of delivering the right letters to the right homes. Continue to shame them on social media and YouTube for as long as it takes to fix the problem. Next, we have a question from Gary, and Gary says, I'm trying to remodel and renovate my house, but I have no experience doing this. Is it possible to learn as you go? And is it possible to do this more inexpensively than having a general contractor doing it for you? Well, generally speaking, people with no experience at home renovations typically take 3 to 5 months longer to renovate their homes than a contractor could do it for. Also, studies have shown that people with no experience who try and do this sort of thing for the first time end up spending at least 40 to 50% more than an experienced contractor would, because they make so many bad mistakes and have to do so many jobs over that it is just killing the budget. Next, we have Connor. Connor writes, I'm 68 years old and completely broke and living on Social Security. Food and everything else keeps getting more expensive. Any ideas? Well, Connor, I would put together a list of rental properties within 50 miles of your home that are hiring apartment managers. Many of these people will pay you with a free apartment. You can rent out your existing home and make more money with that while you live for free in the apartment complex that you end up managing. If you don't know anything about managing apartments, then I would go on YouTube and watch a couple hundred videos over the next week or two that will teach you how to run an apartment building. When you go on your job interviews, you tell them that you're 68 years old. Don't try to hide your age. Tell them how old you are and that you are more honest and hardworking than almost anyone you have ever met, and that if they hire you, you will give them loyalty and dedication, the likes of which most people will never give them as an employee. If you make that your pitch on at least half a dozen to a dozen job interviews, then I suspect one of them will see your value and they will hire you. Next, Lola writes, I had no idea how difficult it would be to be a single mom in this world. All the men I meet are just predators who want me for my looks. How can I find a good man that I can trust, a man who will be faithful and dedicated? To find a good person today, you have to be a good person. So make sure you possess and display all those qualities in yourself before you can realistically expect someone like that to be attracted to you. If you're looking for a long-term, serious, and high-quality relationship, then don't sleep with anyone you date for at least the first month or two. That will weed out a lot of the creeps and opportunists. Also, you have to meet the family and the friends of the man you're going to date. It's by getting to know them that you'll get to know your man better. And don't sleep with somebody until you meet their entire family. Remember, if your family and friends tell you that the man you're dating is not good or he's a creep, then you have to dump him no matter what he says. Ellen writes, what's the best way to raise money to buy your first rental property? Well, I think you should consider buying a duplex and live in one of the units for a year. That will help you get a great low interest rate on your mortgage. And if you can't afford a mortgage, then you have to somehow raise the money by asking family and friends to help you. If they can help you raise 25 or 30% for a down payment, then you can approach a bank about getting a line of credit established. Next, we have a question from Ruben. Ruben writes, I really want to open a bar. What should I do? Well, bars were losing tons of money before recent events took hold. Now they're facing bankruptcy, or many of them have already filed for bankruptcy. Millennials don't really like to spend a lot of money on overpriced drinks at bars because they simply don't have a lot of money. Also, millennials love to go to house parties. That's where they drink very inexpensively. Everybody just brings a bottle with them. Next, Sasha writes, people keep telling me I'm the most stunning woman they have ever seen. They say I'm wasting my time and my economic potential as a hairstylist. What should I do? If you're really that good looking and you want to expand your options, then you should start posting videos on social media every day. Let the entire world see how good looking and talented you are. And people will begin to approach you with business offers and social offers that you never would have received if you hadn't elevated your media profile. So with that, I want to thank you for watching, and we will talk to you soon.